we want to clean some stuff up. We're still family at the end of the day. When we go to the locker room, we're brothers. But it gets competitive out there. Obviously, there are a couple of things that happen during the field, on the field, and it's part of the game. Again, we leave it out here. Don't want it to happen in the future, but we're competing.
How do you view your kind of role as second-year quarterback in those situations out here on the practice field?
Yeah, obviously, again, you understand certain things come with the territory, come with the sport, but also we want to be productive. We don't want to lose periods. We don't want, obviously, things getting out of control. We don't want to be hurting each other, anything like that. So, it's a case-by-case basis, case-by-case situation. We, on both sides of the ball, we compete, so we have each other's back. And then just making sure not to lose sight of the big picture, make sure it's productive, minimize as stuff as you can, and then making sure, when it's over, and then we're able to get back to being productive. That's kind of how I see it.
Chase's Bryce was, you got upset with Davion, but Mingo stepped in. Or do you like to see, your linemen kind of come into the defense of you in skill position?
Yeah, we're in this together on a team on Sundays, and throughout the entire day, and then for the couple hours we're out here, it's offense versus defense. So, we have each other's back. Whether if the roles were reversed, it'd be the same way. We all have each other's back in what we're doing, we're definitely obviously grateful for that brotherhood. We're grateful for us sticking up for each other. Again, we're still teammates at the end of the day. We don't want to see it pushed too far, but us having each other's back is something that's going to translate to Sundays.
About your relationship with your interior line that you have in there now, how comfortable you feel behind it right away?
Yeah, it feels great. I have all the confidence in the world in them. Great, new additions and Robin Delu, and then obviously we got some new guys as well. Just great competitors, great work ethic, care. We got a lot of conversations about stuff. They'll come and ask me stuff after racks and talk about how things are. And just that attitude, that mindset is something that I really appreciate. It's definitely what we want and what we all, coach talks about from offense. Me trying to be the same way of making sure that I'm proactive, I'm talking, I'm always trying to be better. I have all the confidence in the world in the entire five up front.
Bryce, commitment to the running game. Can't get away from it. Are you noticing that right away, that kind of mentality of practice?
Yeah, for sure. It's something that we talk about all the time. It's something that we live by as a team. It's part of our identity. We got to make sure that we run the ball. We establish a run game. Up front, we do a great job in the run game. And just like on the back end, there are going to be some negative runs. There are going to be some runs that don't go well, whatever it may be from whoever it is. But we know that we're not going to abandon it. We're going to stick with it. There's going to be negative plays no matter what you call. So, that's really going to be our identity. Again, just leaning on the O-line, leaning on the backs, leaning on everyone involved in the run game. And then obviously you can set stuff up off of that. So you definitely see it translate out here. You can see it in the scripting, see it in our mentality, our mindset. So I'm excited for it.
You and Deontay's connection seems to be highlighted during practice. How would you describe that?
Yeah, we're trying to build and grow together. Deontay is someone who works super hard, super competitive. In the same way, is always wanting to go out and compete, always wanting to leave it out on the practice field. We've only practiced, and seeing that fire he has, that energy, how bad he wants it, how hard he's running, how much he's wanting to finish plays. That's evident on a training camp, early training camp practice. So, for me and for us, it's just, having those conversations, getting on the same page. And I think throughout this camp, we've gone over all the film. We talked about through a ton of routes and just making sure that we're on the same page and talking through things. I think it started off really well. We've been able to grow in some things, and then we're going to keep working on that.
How would you compare your emergence as a leader when you were in high school versus college and now going into your second year in the NFL?
That's a good question. I gotta think about it. That's a good question. I didn't see that one coming. That is a good. I gotta think back of my other. I think I definitely have the same approach. Looking back on it, I think the biggest thing is making sure that I'm holding myself accountable. I'm doing the right things on my own. Making sure that, you got to earn the right to be a leader, and making sure that, I can't go and tell people to work hard and then come in and not have that same intensity, not be focused in meetings, not know my stuff, whatever it may be. So I think it's similar in having that same approach, that same mindset. And then on top of that, getting the time to learn the guys, really build relationships with people and not just be someone who's talking, but someone that, off the field. And, it's on me to make sure to carve out time and to have those conversations to build that. And, this being year 2, a lot of new faces, but a lot of the similar guys as well, having more time, more connections, and then us all learning a new system. But it just, having a year under my belt, feeling more comfortable, having more experiences, I think it's just, on me. Obviously, there's stuff on the field that I'm growing in, and the same thing leadership-wise, making sure that I'm taking steps there, doing whatever it is that's best for the team. And I think that's been a common theme of what I've always been working towards in previous levels.
Bryce, I was telling us the other day that one of the silver linings to his injury last year is that you got to spend a lot of time together, just going over what each other sees. Like, what were those conversations like, and how do you foresee it?
Yeah, Core is someone who, even last year, obviously missed a lot of time. But, if you were to see him, if you were to be at one of the practices and didn't know the roster, you'd think he was going out and starting every Sunday. Just how engaged he was in protection meetings. When he was back watching practice, how he was looking through all the stuff, big picture. He's talking to other guys. We're having conversations about how he sees things, what it is that he feels is this way. And it was all productive, obviously, last year of just us being on the same page. And then now, obviously, with him making a lot of the calls and us, talking through pass game, talking through run game, all that stuff, that we kind of already have that rapport. We kind of both know how each other thinks about things. And then getting more reps here, us seeing things at the same time, us talking about, all right, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Or, I was going to say this, I'll let you say it, turn around, talk about it, whatever it may be. Just having that relationship is something that it's good that it's grown over these last couple of weeks and then OTAs, but it started back last year just based off of really how studious and how much of a student of the game he is. So that credit goes to him, and I'm glad we have that rapport.
How would you describe the intensity of Miles Sanders out there so far?
Super intense, and again, that's someone who cares a lot. It was rainy at the start, then great weather, got a little hot at the end, and this is practice 4, I want to say, first practice of pads, and he has a game day mentality. He wants to come out here and maximize all of his reps. When he's not getting reps, make sure he's locked in. And that's something that, you love to see in someone like Miles, and something that will permeate through our entire offense. But every rep, he's doing it intentionally. He has that intensity, and, it's super exciting to see.
Bryce, is there still a feel of kind of like a camp feel to this with the rookies, or young guys, I should say, staying in a hotel and then everyone taking the bus to Clemson? Is it kind of still, at least in part, have a little bit of like a Wofford stay away camp?
Yeah, for sure. It's still the same schedule. It's a different schedule because of a different staff, but the hours are the same. We're still spending the same time in the same spot all together, like you said. All the young guys being at the, all of us at the hotel, us still being under the same roof, and it being right across the street. It still has that same feel. Again, I think it'll be that field trip we have after stuff in the morning tomorrow will be the same thing of us all being in the same spot in a different location. And I think really the biggest thing is just the time we get to spend with each other, going over stuff in meetings, time out here, the intense practices. I think for us, that's really what's most important. And we've really just been focusing on that.
How's that hotel life versus dorm life?
It is nice us all having our own restrooms. That part is really nice. So we're grateful for that.
You had a very popular rookie performance with the Rookie Talent shows. How would you assess how the guys have been doing so far?
I hate to see, we have a couple of good performances. Derek started off well. We had a little lull. We had some guys just kind of skate by. I don't want to say who it was, but we had some guys skate by. We've had yesterday was a better day, so we're trending in the right direction. Hopefully we have some momentum after yesterday. Honestly, the coach has done a good job. A couple coaches have been called up. They've done well. So that's good to hear. But we're still kind of waiting for that steal the show type of performance. But I think it's coming. I think the rookies are starting to get the message.
Has Xavier gone yet?
X has gone. I think the verdicts is still out on if you got it or didn't. It's still kind of in the air. So it'll be up to the higher powers to decide.
Hey Bryce, what changes have you seen in Mingo from training camp to training camp?
I think just him having probably more confidence in what he's doing. Very confident last year, and someone who you could tell is short, but just when you have that experience, that extra year, you go out, you can see him playing more freely, even though it's a new system. You never think about how he understands the system. He's running routes, really free, doing a great job on and off coverage, having a plan with stuff. He's made some really big time catches, so I think really just embracing where he is, embracing his position. I was there last year, obviously, when it's something new, it's sometimes you can be more trying to survive than strive, but I think you could tell he's very calm, very confident in what he's doing, and I'm excited for him this year.
All right, thanks, Bryce.
Appreciate you guys.